Good afternoon. I am your host tonight on Inside Entrepreneur. Welcome to all here in the United States and around the world. I am Princess. I am so excited because my guest tonight, my feature entrepreneur tonight, is inspirational. And not only that, but very tenacious. So I am so excited. I cannot wait to bring her on. So, real quick, before I bring her on, I want to share something with you that many of you may or may not know. This young lady, I've got in contact with her earlier in part of December, and we were trying to get a project together. It didn't work out, but she was so tenacious that we absolutely positively had to have her on the show tonight to talk about her business. So without further ado, please, ladies and gentlemen, welcome with me on Inside Entrepreneur, Ms. Tonya M. White. She is the CEO of the Right Touch LLC. Welcome. How are you?
Hi there, Princess. How are you? Thank you so much for having me here.
Girl, you have been an exceptional inspiration to me, as I was sharing earlier, even before how tenacious you are. And I can only assume that with that, one of the qualities, you bring that quality into your business. But before we get all into that details about your business, tell us a little bit about yourself.
Well, I am the president and CEO of the Right Touch, mother of 3, wife of EJ White of the Special Occasions. We talked a little bit about that as well. I live in Manassas, Virginia, and also am a federal government worker.
Real quick, you said special occasion. What is that?
Special Occasions Band. They're a band here that serves the DC metro area. They're a cover band, pretty well known in the area.
Okay, I wasn't too sure if you're talking about a band or some special occasion event planning thing.
I'm sorry. Yep, Special Occasions Band Entertainment Group. They're pretty well known in the Manassas, Woodbridge, the DMV, and then they will definitely travel up. They've traveled to Pennsylvania, North Carolina. They go all the way up and down the DMV.
Excellent. So we have to get them on another one of our programs here on LCPM Network. But today is all about you. Before we talk about your business, let me ask you, what have inspired you to become an entrepreneur?
That's a great question. I honestly didn't think I could do it a long, long time ago. If you asked me one day, years ago, if I could ever be an entrepreneur, the answer would be no. I don't want to do that. I love the security of being a government worker. I love the fact that I was waking up every day, just going to my 9 to 5. I loved having, the benefits, the security of a federal job. But after a while, of doing the same thing day after day, year after year, you feel like, you know what? There's something missing in my life. You have people coming to you every day, asking you questions, and you feel like, they're coming to me for a reason, and you're giving them the answers that they need. You're providing a service, and you feel like you're meant to do more. That the status quo, what you've been doing every day, hasn't been fulfilling. So that's probably where it all began, was I was feeling incomplete.
Wow.
And so as time has gone by and I was beginning to feel unhappy or unfulfilled where I was, that's where I was finding more joy in answering the questions and serving others in another capacity than what I was doing in my day job,
Okay, so we
if that makes sense.
absolutely, it makes perfect sense. So we
Mhm.
absolutely need to understand about your business. So tell us what your business is and what services you provide.
So I am a professional writer and consultant. And what that means is I provide professional writing in all aspects. We do resumes, we do business plans, grants. We provide all types of business and professional writing, newsletters, professional biographies, blog writing, website content, any type of academic and professional writing. Now, when I say academic writing, we will not write your academic essays for you. Now, a lot of people will come to me and say, hey, will you write my essay for me for school? No, I will not, because in my eyes, now there are some businesses or companies that will do that for you. Mine is not one of them. That is unethical. And I have very high ethical and moral values. And I feel like if I write that essay, then that's my grade, that's not yours. So we won't do that for you, but we will. If you have a essay that you've written, I have no problem with editing that and proofreading that for you. So academically, we can provide those services for you. But we can do newsletters. We can write your resume, cover letters, thank you notes, any type of executive biographies for you. We can handle those services for you, business plans, grant writing, all of those services we can provide for you. We will do the research for you.
Oh,
And the good, yeah, and the good thing about our services, and I place a lot of value on, um, you'll notice that our motto is professional writing with a personal touch,
okay.
and why this is important to me is because we're not gonna just look in a file cabinet and pull you out something that can apply to you and
Mm-hmm.
50 other people that are in your same position.
Okay.
We're going to take the time and have a one-on-one interview with you and determine what your personal needs are and tailor something and design it specifically for you, because everybody's unique. Everyone has a specific character and personality.
Mm-hmm.
So we're going to take that information and tailor something specific to you so that, Princess, whatever you have, whatever you need won't be the same as something that I would design for Sarah that's down the street. And if you two are applying for the same job, resume for the same
Right.
job, and you have similar backgrounds, you two will have totally different resumes.
Well, let me ask
Okay.
you a question real quick, and I'm
Mhm.
going to switch over about the blog. So if I wanted to write a blog, do you write it or do I provide you content, or how does that work? Explain that a little bit to me.
So if you wanted a blog, so I'm going to talk to you and get an idea about, well, definitely about what the subject matter is, and some of the information that you might want to see in it. So we're not gonna just type up anything. So I want to get an idea and understanding of some of the ideas that you would find or you would want to see in there. And then we're going to do some research on the subject matter, get some information about what's out there in the industry. And then we're going to look at whatever's out there and talk to you and just find out, what's different about you and your company that makes you special and different from everybody else, and design it based on what's special about you versus the industry. So we're going to pull information from the industry
Mm-hmm.
and pull in information from you. But at the same time, we're going to have to make sure that it's based on have SEO information in there as well, just to make sure that it's SEO optimized so that it'll come up in the Google. Because the whole point of a blog is so that your website can be search engine optimized so that it'll come up on Google.
Right.
So that when someone searches those search words will bring them to your website.
Okay, so you work directly. Do you actually post on their website, or do you give the content back to your client for them to post it? How does that work?
So it depends. So we would
Okay.
have to decide that when, based on our consultation. So all of our consultations are free. And so based on our consultation, we can work and put it on your website ourselves, or we can post it. It just depends on our contract with you. So that's
Understood.
an
Okay. So
mhm.
how long have you been doing this?
So our company actually has been in business since 2018, so not that long, but we've had a lot of great reviews. We've had a lot of pleased clients, and honestly, every time we have a client, I learn something new every time. And that's the great thing about this business is that as a writer, you enter a new arena every time you work with on a new project. Not too long ago, I worked with a pest control company, and I've never learned so much about cockroaches
Oh, wow.
and termites and spiders, almost to the
Cockroaches
point of
live
having
forever.
nightmares. I
Cockroaches,
mean,
they live forever. That's all you need to know. Kill them.
yes. I'm trying to tell you. I mean, it's so every new client, I learn something new, and I might learn something new about a new process. So I
Okay.
get better every time I have a new client. I mean, you can never learn enough, and that's what I love about this business. I can say, hey, I know everything there is to know about this, about
Mhm.
being a professional writer. Well, I would be wrong because there's always something new to learn. And that's the best thing about this business, because there's something new. And that's why, I've been hiring new staff, and I have a lot of younger people that work with me too, is because they're teaching me new things,
Right.
especially about technology and social media and the great things that I can do with them as I continue to grow and learn. They're helping me, move into a new age. So,
Well,
um,
that's a great
mhm.
thought in terms of young people. Have you found that through the years you have to probably adjust the language in order to to reach different generations?
100%. Yes, definitely. And even having to take classes because of even how we see genders now. Um,
Mm,
is different. So as a writer, just as a writer, the way we write today is different than we wrote 20 years ago. So we have to continue to learn and take classes just to write, to keep up with the language today. Just like we're learning, our kids are learning new math. My daughter is 10 years old and she's in fifth grade math. And I hate to say this on this interview, but I can't always help her with this new math because the math I learned is different than the math she's learning now. Well, the same with English. The way we learned back then is different than the way they're learning now, and that's why you know incorporating younger staff in
mm.
your business is always essential. It's great to have older staff, younger staff, incorporate everyone in there. I don't think that we should, say, oh, you're too young to learn. You're never too young. I'm sorry, you're too young to work here. You're never too young to work here. And you're never too, no one's ever too young to teach you something. You
Right.
can learn from anyone at any age. And I think that's important. And my business has been growing, I've been learning from everyone as we've been going through this path.
So, has tell us how COVID-19 has affected your business, if it has.
Um, because resumes have certainly been on the rise, so it has impacted it in a positive way in that aspect because so many people have been displaced from their job.
Mm,
People have been coming to try and strengthen their resumes. They've been coming and trying to do their best because they're competing with a lot of people who have a lot of education, a lot of people who got master's degrees and PhDs having their jobs displaced. So you're having people with lower educated who are coming to try and compete with all these educated people and so forth, trying to say, hey, competing for these jobs, but they're saying I'm overqualified. What can you do to help me?
Wow.
So they're coming to me to say, you know, Tonya, help me with these resumes. What can you do? So I've been actually, as far as resumes are concerned, it's been right on, you know, that's actually been my bread and butter for this business since COVID. Other aspects as far as business plans, not so much. You know, I've taken a hit when it comes to, you know, helping people with their business plans. Not very many people have been opening businesses these days. I actually have had a lot of website content businesses. Those have been doing very well, and grant writing has been doing very well lately as
Wow, that's really
well.
interesting. Let me ask you,
Mhm.
so um, what is your top advice that you would give other business owners?
You know, my top advice is do not give in to fear.
Mm,
You
I have to
do
write that
not give
down.
in to fear. Um, and honestly, most entrepreneurs I know always say the same thing: don't give in to fear, because fear is your enemy, and it will keep you from, you know, being the best version of yourself. Fear is your enemy, and it's okay to be afraid, but just do it afraid.
Mm,
Do everything you have to do, but do it afraid. It's okay to be afraid, but you can still achieve great things while being afraid. You can still be that entrepreneur. You can still run that business. You can get that job. You can still be a millionaire, but you can be afraid while you're becoming that millionaire. You know,
wow.
it's not gonna be easy. It's not gonna be a walk in the park, and you're gonna be afraid every step of the way. But fear can be good because it's gonna also keep you from making you know, just doing crazy things because it's gonna keep you in check time. So it's okay to be afraid, but just do it afraid.
Oh, wow. So let me ask another question. When starting the right touch, what one thing
Mhm.
you know now you wish you had known back then?
Wow, that's a good question. One thing that I wish I knew then that I wish I knew that I know now.
Mm-hmm.
Um, you know, I wish I had taken more chances then,
Mm,
honestly. Like I said, don't fall into the fear. I wish I had actually known that then because I was so afraid then
mm,
because I had that good government job, honestly. So I was honestly, when I first started the job, I'm sorry, started the business, I was afraid to take those chances because I was still leaning so far onto my government job that I didn't take chances. I didn't take risks. Now I take those chances. I take those risks. I'm not leaning on anything else now because, you know, I feel like I don't have to, you know. So now I wish then that I did that I didn't I knew I wish I knew that I didn't have to lean on that government job,
wow.
that I didn't have to that it was okay to take those risks. Take those risks.
Take those risks. Yeah, I heard her.
Yeah.
Take those risks. Okay, how do we get in contact with you? We want to be, take advantage of your services.
Yeah, so if you would like to give me a call, you can call the office phone number. That is 571-410-3100. That's 571-410-3100. Or if you want to email me, you can email me at tmwhite@righttouchllc.com.
Excellent. And you have a social media page or anything like that?
I do. My social media page, oh gosh, I should remember that, right? Is at Right Touch LLC.
Oh, awesome. Now, I believe we have some of that information in the description. We will update it with the phone number and email to make sure that's in there. So if you do
Mhm.
forget while you're out there, you can just go to the description and copy all her information and make sure you contact her looking for a resume. Now, if you had a choice of a type of content, what would it be
The type of content
to write
for,
for your business?
you
If
know,
you,
I used to tell I used to tell people I didn't like doing resumes, but the more I do them, the more I love them. So I love resumes. I love doing blogs. And I love doing newsletters. I love writing, period. I will write anything. I love writing. But resumes, I can do resumes. They're like second nature to me now. I mean, I'm really good at them. Like I can just do them. I've been a hiring manager for the federal government forever, and
Wow.
I know what hiring managers look like. I know what I look for. So that's why they're second nature.
Hey, that
So
is really good to know. And you that little bit about your background. I may have to give you a call here. That's real good to know because you may know some of those key
yes,
words to get. Um,
I know the keywords. I know the ATS
oh,
system. So that's why people come to me to do those resumes. So
oh my goodness, you guys heard it here. Oh, okay, yes, USA jobs. I'm coming after you.
yep, call me. I got
Oh,
it.
yes, that is awesome. Hey, I want to thank you so much for coming on today. This has been amazing. So
Thank you.
before we go, do have one more question that's not in my
Mhm,
notes. Is gives if a young person,
mhm.
what advice would you give that young person other than don't be afraid? Because a lot of time, young people are not afraid. They are fearless. They will jump. I'm like, what did he just do? What did he just jump off a cliff? What was that? It's called bungee jumping. Oh, no, 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 no. So fear is not an issue for a lot of young people. So what advice would you give somebody, a young person?
Listen,
Oh,
listen. You have to actively listen. Don't just talk. You also have to listen. Listen to what other people are saying. Listen to those people that are older than you. Because even though you can um, give advice and talk until you're blue in the face, you also have to listen to what others around you have to say. Because there's so much noise that's
mm.
going around you. You just need to stop, be still, and just listen.
Oh my
That's all.
goodness. That is amazing. And even if you like my age, you can still do listen to. Just
All of
saying.
us, all of us. That's
All
the
of us.
advice for everyone. Be still and
And just listen. Oh, that is good stuff right there. Well, where do you? I said that was my last question, but I that's not the truth. This is my last question, for real, for real.
okay.
Where do you see yourself in 5 years?
Goodness, you ask these hard questions,
Oh,
but
this
these
is easy stuff.
I know you
I thought I sent you the questions. No, I'm only kidding. I know I did, but
you didn't know. But in 5 years, I see myself continuing to be a writer, but on a larger scale. I'm growing. My business is growing, and there's no beans about it. I'm not afraid to put it out there. My staff is growing, and my outlook is growing. So I'm trying to get government contracts, local and federal contracts.
wow.
That's where I'm headed right now. We're doing big things, and I'm speaking it into existence right now that this is going to happen. I've been laying the foundation up until now, and again, I'm taking risks. I'm doing what I have to take. I've been getting certifications and taking classes and doing everything that I have to do now to put me into position so that sooner than 5 years, that's where I'm going to be.
Wow, that is
Mhm.
amazing. I am excited. I think that was the last question. Let me just double check my brain here. That was indeed well, one more time, how do we get in contact with you? I got to do that. I can't.
Yep, no problem. If you guys want to give the right touch a call, it's 571-410-3100. And our consultations are free. So if you just want to talk to find out if you're a good fit for us, it won't cost you anything to just give us a call. My office manager or myself will answer the phone call, and just we'll talk to you. So just give us a call, and we'll be happy to talk to you and find out what services we can provide for you.
Now, again, as I talked about earlier, this young lady is very tenacious, so she will not give up.
I won't give up.
She will not give up. She will work hard. If nothing else, and I experienced that personally on, like, again, a project you and I were working on earlier this year,
Mhm.
and just totally impressed with, like, oh no, I'm gonna try. I'm gonna keep working at it till you're
That's
happy
right.
with this. I'm like, this, who is this lady?
And that's what we do. We will not stop until you are happy with the product that we provide for you. I mean, and that's in our contract with you. We won't stop until you're happy with what we do for you, because we won't, because our name is on the line.
Wow.
And when our name is on the line, we want to make sure that you're happy with it. So, and that's what it's all about, making sure that our clients are very happy with their products. So you
Well,
come back in a couple of months later, come back and say, hey, Tonya, I'm not happy with this. What can we do about it? Talk to me and we'll make sure.
that's what I'm talking about. Ladies and gentlemen, the one and only Tonya M. White with the Right Touch LLC. Ooh, I had to get that right.
Yes. Thank you, Princess.
Thank you so much for coming on. I am excited. We're at the end of our broadcast today. And I want to thank all of you for watching us today from all over the world, listening to us. I have been noticing where you guys have been listening to us from. I am like super amazed and super excited about that. Now, also, I want you to know that if you want to be considered to appear here on Inside Entrepreneur, drop us an email at LCPM Network6@gmail.com, and we'll get information out to you and how you can be a part of this and share your story about your business. Until next time, live a purpose-driven life and do it on purpose in Jesus' name. God bless you. God bless you. Until next time.